Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another reaction. It has been so long since I've said that. My God, man. I think the last reaction that I did was over 2 months ago, because I'm recording this on the 28th of June. I believe the last one that I recorded was the 24th of April, which is ages ago. So, yeah, it's good to be back, but I'm just afraid that I've forgotten loads about, like, Babylon 5, and especially now, like halfway through season 2, I need to know what's going on. And obviously, I've been busy. I've had exams and everything. It's all done now. But yeah, I've been gone for quite a while. But we are back. We are back to watching this amazing show. I'm just trying to think what happened last episode. It was it Race Through Darkness? No, it was something like that. The title was like something to do with darkness. And in that episode, it was like Sheridan was on a ship, and this alien species captured him and this Narn, and then it was basically them escaping. And there was also like the visions, wasn't there, with Sheridan seeing himself and seeing like Ivanova with a black raven, and Kosh saying he was always here or something. I think he's wearing a Cyclops uniform. So what the hell's happening there? Like foreshadowing? Like that doesn't make sense. But interesting, you were always here. What is Kosh on about? And Sinclair said stay close to Kosh, right? So what does Kosh know? That's what I want to know. And also towards the end we had that I cannot remember his name, but the guy that was Sheridan's like former kind of, I don't know what you'd say, leader? No, not like commander, yeah. His former commander, and he came and we saw him before on the Moga. How are you saying that ship's name? I can't even remember what it is called, but I know it is a really weird name, like a I don't know what it's called, but yeah, he came back and he was saying basically, you've been here for 6 months now, and because he was sent there initially to gather intel, and of course now they're keeping it really quiet because the conspiracy on Earth that President Santiago was killed by this new president, like the coup, and of course there's a lot of suspicion that Cyclops are involved there, and it's interesting to notice or to kind of speculate whether the Shadows are involved. Obviously we can't say everything is the Shadows' fault, but the way Bester was talking, the way that guy was talking, the guy who shot Garibaldi, he was talking like, oh yeah, the Shadows are coming, you don't even know what's out there. So are they in some way affiliated? Did the Shadows kind of orchestrate a coup? They're definitely powerful enough, and they have motive to do that, gain power over humanity, so it's definitely a possibility. But apart from that, I don't remember too much. I just remember like at the end of the episode, we had Sheridan sit down with Ivanova, Garibaldi, and was it Franklin? I think Franklin was there as well, maybe. He might have been, I can't remember. But we had that, and then they're basically saying, well, Sheridan's saying, like, do you want to know? And them saying, yeah, we're in, whatever. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing where the show's going to go. I just hope I get back into it after 2 months of not watching the show. I'm sure it won't be too difficult, because we had all that stuff with Delenn as well, didn't we? Was that episodes ago? I don't know, like her and the Grey Council. She's no longer a member, is she? Because she, obviously her transformation, the trust is just gone, and now she's no longer part of the Grey Council, because we had that entire meeting, and what's his name, Lanier went with Delenn, and yeah, she's gone. She is now just Delenn, and she's allowed to stay on Babylon 5, but she is no longer part of the Grey Council. But yeah, apart from that, I just want to get back into this episode is titled Acts of Sacrifice. So Acts of Sacrifice, who is going to be sacrificed this episode? I don't know. Sacrifice. Why would they need to sacrifice? Maybe there's no plausible explanation for sacrifice. A sacrifice of maybe, I mean, the war between the Narns and the Centaurus is still raging on, so a sacrifice of one of those two. Narn's going to sacrifice the Centaurus, Centaurus will sacrifice the Narns. Maybe Sheridan sacrifice his position. His integrity, I don't know, that's a weird title, but that could mean a lot, as always, these episodes always could mean a lot, the title of them. But that is a really interesting title, Acts of Sacrifice, and it's acts, like many, plural, so yeah, I guess we'll just have to see what that's going to be. But yeah, this will be Babylon 5, Season 2, Episode 12. Feels good to be back. And yeah, this episode is titled Acts of Sacrifice. And yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this. Season 2, Episode 12, titled Acts of Sacrifice. Let's get into this.
Do we have enough power to jump?
Okay.
Only if we go right now.
Prepare for jump.
I'm I'm picking up a distress signal. It's one of the evacuation transports. It didn't make it out with the rest.
Truck, how many?
700 of our females and children.
Oh my god.
Centauri
Acts of
forces
sacrifice,
closing
damn.
on their position.
5,000 of my people died in the battle you have just seen. The Centauri attacked without warning, despite their promise not to strike civilian targets. Everyone without cause!
I thought Londo was going to be here to make a rebuttal.
He's issued a statement saying that his government didn't break its promise. He accuses the Narns of deliberately placing military targets within the civilian population in order to use their own people as shields.
I can't promise anything, but I'll talk to my government.
That's all I ask. If Earth takes a stand, the rest will follow. I know they will. Thank you, Captain.
Wow, okay. New alliances then, potentially.
Sheridan,
That'll be interesting.
That ship you've been waiting for is about to come out of hyperspace, Captain.
But I think
On our
Earth
way.
is to stay indifferent. And if they find out Jakarta's lying about that ship, then ain't no way.
In learning the
Fine art of diplomacy.
Look, we don't have any other important ships coming in, so you'll be free to stick with it until you're finished. Do whatever you have to. Just get them to sign on.
A self-contained
But
world
if Earth does
5
take a
miles
stance, that's
long,
me
located
interested in
in
that
neutral
dynamic.
territory.
And then again, the Shadows are aligned
A
with
place of commerce and
the
diplomacy
Centaurs,
for a
technically,
quarter of a
so
million humans and aliens.
they are going to be declaring
A
war.
shining beacon in space.
I don't think
all
Earth
alone
would
in the night.
ever do that, declare
It was
war
the
against
dawn of
Centaurs,
the third
or join the
age of
Narns against
mankind,
Centaurs.
the year the Great
It's just
War
going to be
came upon us
pure
all.
politics,
This
like
is the story of the
indifferent,
last
just
of the
neutral
Babylon
stance,
stations.
I think. Me? I love that so much. That's what I've missed. The comedy in the show I have missed. What do you think, Delan?
I must confess I find this report deeply distressing, Ambassador Jakar.
Imagine how
There's
he
no
feels.
excuse, political or...
Bari, intervene. You could provide that reason. You could save hundreds of thousands of lives.
Narn lives.
And Centauri.
But you said many times that you would never rest until the Centauri had been utterly destroyed. I was there when our war against Earth began. When our ship encountered an Earth vessel for the first time. Afraid of us, of the unknown, they fired. I saw our leader dying. I heard the cries for revenge, for blood, for death.
Oh, okay. That's how it started.
In return, we nearly exterminated an entire species.
Oh
We should have
no.
done this a long time ago. The Narns are like the Nataks. Loud, smelly.
Okay,
they
it's
raise
the
their
kickoff.
horns and stomp their feet, but they have no teeth.
Is this guy oblivious?
It would be a kindness to put them out of their
Okay, that
misery.
bottle is going over your head. Told you.
All right. Break it out.
Oh, the tension's
Break it
gonna be
out. They
so
threw a
hard.
bottle at us. Here, shut it up. Pipe down.
Hi, sir.
You, move. You two, come on, move. Go on. You watch it.
Welcome to Earth Alliance Station Babylon 5. I'm Commander Susan Ivanova.
I am Korelil Mirzan of the Lumati.
And you are?
I am Korelil Mirzan of the Lumati.
Yes, I know. Thank you. I was asking...
The servitor beside me is my translator, Tak. I speak through him. But it would represent a loss of face for me to communicate with an inferior race. Before I can speak with you directly, I must determine if your species is worthy. Yeah, if so, we may even allow others of my kind to honor you with their presence.
Well, isn't that wonderful? All right. Well, I guess...
Inferior race,
The best
huh?
way to start with your evaluation would be to take you around, show you the station.
Isidore, a man of your prominence must have refined exotic tastes, but we are far from home. Certain things are hard to obtain.
Migraine.
Shall I log this in with the rest?
No,
6
Peter's
months
gone.
ago, they were hardly aware of me. Now, suddenly, everyone is my friend. Everyone wants
Yeah,
something.
that's just
I
how it
wanted
goes.
respect. Instead, I have turned into a wishing well with legs.
With flatterers as well. Oh god.
The mighty Narn, eh?
Oh, for God's sake.
Put it down.
Oh no, non.
Put it down!
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no shit, you just shot him.
He was ordered to put down his weapon. He refused.
He had just been attacked by the Centauri. He had the right to defend himself.
It was your people who started the incident back in the Zocalo.
That's not what my source said.
Now, look, Jakar. We can go round and round about this all night long, figuring out who started what. And it'll take us back 100 years before we're done. Now, you asked me for help. And I am doing the best that I can. But incidents like this are making my job a hell of a lot harder. Both your people need to back off. Babylon 5 is neutral territory, and I will not have you turn it into a war zone.
They have a right to defend themselves.
Damn it, Jakar! You are the duly appointed representative of your government. Are you saying that you can't control your own people? Because if you can't, you better tell me right now so that I can have them thrown off this station and sent somewhere else.
Tensions are running high. That is...
Which
that
allows
is
us
just what,
to use the isolab
what's the
for
saying?
non-humanoid patients requiring an alternate atmosphere.
Can't think, but...
Because it uses a self-contained
things
air
are
supply
not
for medical
running
shield
smoothly
behind
on
an airlock.
Babylon 5.
The isolab can also be used...
Did you say this facility was for the treatment of species other than your own?
Yes, that's correct.
I do not understand. Why go through all this to save the lives of potentially inferior species? Evolution is driven by blood. The weak die and the strong survive. By preserving the sick and wounded of other races, you pollute the genetic pool. It does not
Oh my
serve
God.
evolution.
Well, my job
This
isn't
guy.
serving evolution.
Yes, but what happens when the inferior, saved from the process of natural selection, begin to outnumber the superior?
What are
You
you
know, I
on
think we
about?
should all be moving on by now.
I don't believe that any form of sentient life is inferior to any...
Sympathize.
Just 1 second.
Oh
You're
my
saying
God.
that if you saw a child from one of these inferior species bleeding to death, and all you had to do is move one finger to save its life, you wouldn't do it?
We would neither help nor harm them. It's not our place to interfere. The way for one race to help another is to allow evolution to run its course. And
Oh my
it's
God.
for their own good. Well, thank you for
course
the
it is.
stimulating conversation, Doctor. You have some strange notion.
I think, mate, you're the inferior race, if anything.
Strange notion. Yeah, I got your strange
Yeah.
notions right here.
Yeah, what the hell, man? Evolution, talking as if it's like a medical... Wow.
Mr. Garibaldi.
That species is very interesting.
Let me buy you something.
He looks
I'll
drunk.
make sure that it's chemically inoffensive. I don't have the... Mr. Garibaldi, a moment of joy in a lifetime of sorrow. Good, good. Cat, my
What's with Garibaldi? I don't remember any plot around him, which is kind of bad.
something for you.
You want to tell me what this is?
Oh, please relax. It's not a bribe. Over the years, when my luck at the gaming tables has been less than salutary, you have always come to my rescue. And now I repay you in full, every last ducat.
Thanks.
That's all. Thanks.
I'll get you a receipt, because I want to make sure everything's on the
No,
up
I
and
don't
up.
want a receipt.
Then what do you
I
want?
want you to stay. I want you to be happy. And I want me to be happy. I want you to be happy for me and me to be happy for you. Is that so much to ask around here? Why is everyone here walking around like they're afraid of me?
Because maybe we are.
I've never threatened you or the others.
Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know you anymore, Londo.
In my time here, very few people on this station have listened to me or taken me seriously. Until recently. Now I have friends I never knew were there. And now that things are changing, and I look around for someone to share my good fortune with, there is no one.
I gotta make my rounds. I'll try to stop by later. If you're still here, if I've got the time, I'll have that chemically inoffensive drink. There's no guarantees.
None required. I'll be here, Mr. Garibaldi.
It's really sad, to be honest.
That was my good friend, Mr. Garibaldi.
But it is Londo's
Good
own
friends,
doing, isn't
not?
it? I feel bad for
And I'm
Oh,
no
it's so
happier
annoying. I'm
about
so
it than you
conflicted.
are. But these outbreaks of violence are jeopardizing our chance to make allies with the humans and all the other aliens.
Yeah, I
Fighting
wouldn't...
the Centauri when you were still a pouchling, fighting for your freedom. I've spent my life and my blood trying to better the lives of our people. What have you spent? I will not allow the humans or the Centauri or the Minbari or anyone else to hurt that cause.
Your message is heard and understood, Jakar.
Great acting. Great acting by the guy who plays Jakar.
Now we send a message of our own.
Oh. Well, your message did not work, Jakar.
And tell the others. We attack in 6 hours.
Nice.
And when we finish, there must not be one Centauri left alive.
Oh my god. Babylon 5 is turning into a battlefield.
1
Great.
point of entry. 7.5 centimeters beneath the sternum. Pressure marks from a 5-fingered hand. Fingernails are pointed and left indentations here, here, and here. Curvature and spacing would seem to indicate, but not prove, Narn physiology.
There's what we believe, and then there's what we can prove. The time it takes to prove it will give me some room to maneuver. And telling Londo now won't bring this guy back. Not telling him for a while might save a lot of people from getting killed in a riot.
Well, you got 6 hours for that, so good luck. Like I said, I feel so bad for Londo, but I don't at the same time. I feel bad for him as a character, like, because he's not a bad person, but he's an absolute idiot that does stupid shit, and now he's in this entire predicament where everyone doesn't trust him. Garibaldi can't trust him. The whole war, the whole mystery of the shadows.
It occurred to me that you're probably showing me only the good things, all perfectly understandable given the temptation of our company, but it doesn't tell us what you're really like.
Well, there is such a thing as privacy. I mean, if you're going to stop by, it'd be nice if you asked me or told me. Hey! Like I said, privacy.
But what is it?
It's personal and it's mine. And you two are going to wait outside until I'm ready. And if you're really convinced that I'm only showing you the good parts of Babylon 5, well then go ahead and choose any part of the station at random and I'll take you there. Hey!
Are they running? That guy start running. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Yeah, nice one, dude.
Yeah.
Just supplying a war.
Excellent.
Going to stab you as well. You're dead, mate.
I'm sorry,
They didn't want any
Captain,
witnesses.
but we've reviewed your report.
We don't have to
Obviously.
support their military campaign. Just lend a hand to save their civilian population when they get caught in the middle.
Captain, I know this isn't what you wanted to hear. But we simply can't give the Narn government any kind of official help. I feel for them as much as you.
Well, we will remember
Link
that
me
when
in
the
with
shadows are
Ambassador
attacking
Delaney.
us.
Stand by.
Oh, damn.
Ambassador
No.
Jakar, I'm afraid they didn't listen to you.
Getting
A
too
group of
involved.
extremists are planning to attack the Centauri here.
Are they armed?
A few guns, mostly Drazi knives, long ones with poison tips.
When?
About 2 human hours. Shall I alert the captain?
No, if
When I said
Okay.
you could choose any place you wanted to see, I thought you'd pick Command and Control or the Zocalo.
Which is exactly why we chose this. You say these are your own species, yes?
We call them lurkers.
Yeah.
And yes, humans mostly. When it doesn't, quite often they don't have enough money for a return ticket.
This is interesting,
So
though.
they
how
end
we're
up getting
seeing
small jobs here
this
and there.
side to Babylon 5.
When those go dry, they end up moving into the undeveloped parts of the station, down below. Anyway, this is something you shouldn't really be seeing.
Most impressive.
Excuse me?
We have isolated ourselves from inferior species, but you have shown the will and the strength to isolate the genetically inferior parts of your own species. It's a brilliant move, Commander. You
What?
see, you isolate the genetic pool, you limit their chances for procreation,
It would appear that we are more similar than I had first suspected. Congratulations, Commander. This, more than anything else, has convinced me that you are worthy
You are not
of an
inferior.
alliance.
Okay.
We will go now and discuss the terms of our alliance.
Thank you, but this is not... hell.
I can't... I'm trying to
We
think
know
from
where
that
the
guy's
Centauri can
perspective.
be
I guess
found.
it somewhat makes sense,
The
like
casino,
isolating...
the Zocalo,
But then again,
the
it's
night
not down to
places.
genetics, it's just
Well, they are creatures of the
nurture
night.
and your
will
socio-economic
do
background and choices that led you to the position.
This is not your
It's not your genes
Go back
that...
to your
yeah.
human friends. You have no authority here.
You cannot take what you do not own. My authority comes directly from the Kari. It can only be taken by force.
Are you challenging me?
You've already made the challenge. The question is, do you have the courage to back it up?
Come on, Jakar. Okay, if these two fight like this, God have one to find the Centaurs.
This ends now! Go back to your quarters. If peace on this station is the only way to win the war at home, then peace we will give them!
There's still a knife there. Oh my god.
Ambassador!
I'm all right. It was a Drazi blade poison, but I think I only caught a little of it.
I'll get help.
No!
I swear Natoff seems so different, because I literally thought that wasn't Natoff. I don't know if like she underwent some change or something, but
he thinks we can get medical aid to use his contacts to help us get some of the Narn civilians out of harm's way.
Absurd.
But you realize this violates your government's recommendation.
They said they can't give official help. And this is
We're giving them
unofficial
unofficial help.
get.
Yeah, exactly.
If we do this right, there won't be any fingerprints leading back here.
It's worth it.
But Ambassador, I've learned the hard way that governments deal in matters of convenience, not conscience. If they fall behind, it is up to the rest of us to make up the difference. I've made some inquiries. It turns out that we have more food coming into Babylon 5 than ever gets used. On the theory that the Centauri don't want trouble with your government, we could transfer some of that food to Mimbari transports. They could deliver it to safe zones in the Narn colonies, and...
And once the cargo is offloaded, the ships could bring back as many Narns as can fit.
Yes, that's the idea.
Oh, wow.
I, do not have the same resources I once had, Captain.
Yeah, I'm no longer part
what
of
I
the
have
council.
is at your disposal.
Thank you.
I thought Delenn was going to ask Sheridan on another date for a second
with
there.
Babylon 5, I'm sure the captain won't mind us using his office to conclude the deal.
Then we will conclude this deal in our traditional manner. We will have sex.
Sex?
It is necessary to finalize the agreement.
No, it's
Certainly
not.
Appreciate, but I have to get this. Yvonne over here.
Commander?
What do you want? Oh, right, the Pakmara deal. I forgot totally about it. I'll be right there. I very sorry. We really have to take care of this. Maybe we could just put a pin in this right now, and I can get back to you.
That alliance is not happening then.
Captain, here you
What the hell is that going on about?
here has a little present for us, courtesy
Tradition.
of Ambassador Jakar.
This is the
More
one
like an
who killed the
excuse.
Centauri.
You have witnesses?
He'll confess when he comes to trial. He's come to understand the concepts of honor and obedience.
Could this situation possibly get any uglier?
Oh, don't say that.
Possibly be any worse. Do
Oh,
whatever
great.
you have to, he tells me. But nobody told me this involved having sex
Oh,
with
okay.
an alien.
Well, he didn't know. None of us did. And we barely
Oh,
met
my
this
God.
species before now. I mean, who knew that they treat sex the way we treat handshakes?
I can't. I linked him a note just before the meeting telling him that everything was taken care of. I can't go back now and tell him that it's all fallen apart.
Well, you could put a bag over his head and do it for Babylon 5. Maybe not.
No, Franklin. Oh my god.
I could.
That was
inject you
a
with something
funny joke.
sick. After all, he doesn't
What are
know a thing
you on
anybody's
about?
biology
Oh,
but his
okay.
own. He'd probably fall for it.
That's it.
I'll get a needle.
No. I've decided. I'm going to give him exactly what he wants. I'll catch you later.
What? Hey.
Oh my god. Put a bag of you and do it for Babylon 5. Oh my god, Franklin.
I just came back from
It's
seeing
like
the
that,
humans. Captain
open your
Sheridan
legs
wants to
and,
see you and
what was it,
Ambassador
open your legs
Delenn in private.
and think of
Yeah,
England.
you see.
It's very similar to that.
Work toward cooperation.
Perhaps
I think you gotta go to Medbay.
I've treated the wound and the poison. I'll be less than myself for a few days, but I'll survive. This is important. I don't want to keep them waiting. Smuggle out a few here and a few there.
It's the best we can do, Ambassador.
No ships, no cruisers, no fighters to come in on our side. No mines, drones, weapons.
We cannot enter this conflict, Jakar. You know that. But we can help to save as many of your people as we can.
It has to be done on the QT, Jakar. But it is a start. I thought you'd be pleased.
Yes, of Of course, I am quite pleased. I understand the risk you are both taking. I will honor your request. And I thank you on behalf of the many Narns whose lives this will save.
I think you gotta get checked up on. I don't think Drakar's in the right headspace at the minute.
I set aside as much time as required to have sex, as it's done by your species.
This isn't happening, right? What's she got
if we
up
were
her
to do it
sleeve?
human style, it'd probably be too much for you.
Are you implying that Lemati's sex is inferior?
Oh, no, not at all. Yeah.
To conclude our deal, we will have sex human style.
Oh, but he doesn't know what human style is.
You do know what this entails.
Of course. Ignorance is an inferior trait.
Oh. Boom shabba lubba lubba, boom shabba lubba lubba. Hey there, 3 bags full. You come here often? Yes, I do. Dinner shabba lubba lubba, cake shabba lubba lubba, kiss, 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 kiss. Grab! I slept with you the other night. You didn't call, you didn't write. I think you
What is
did it
she
just for
reciting?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Boom
Oh, yes. Tell me about your portfolio. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Lie to me about your family. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes.
What do I do now?
Old style, you roll over and go to bed. New style, you go out for pizza and I never see you again.
Oh my god! What the hell? That was amazing though. And that acting was incredible. I feel like she just, as people just dance around the house and sing, she was just doing that, and the cameras was on. That was definitely her style, just giving it her all.
Oh, keep a low profile. No announcements, no press.
The Centauri who was killed. You have a picture?
I am sure you can sympathize with our situation, Ambassador. I mean, this is a potentially explosive situation, and much as your first instinct might be to go public...
I know this one. He was trouble. I always said things would not end well for him and that it would be his fault.
Yes, well, he did attack a group of Narns.
He has no family back home. No one to miss him or fight for his name. Well, I would expect nothing less than the deportation of the Narn in question. His personal effects will be confiscated, auctioned, and the proceeds donated to the Centauri War Fund. That irony is all the justice I require. I shall be going.
Better than fighting.
Good day to the both of you.
That was so funny though. Oh my god, that entire scene with one of her was brilliant.
Oh, Captain, I was about to go looking for you. I heard the good news about Londo. Congratulations.
Well, and to you too. The Lumati sent word to Earth, confirming their interest in working with us, and said some very complimentary things about you.
But the thing is, Franklin heard
The head Lumati
that
left
she was
this
just
for you
going
before
to
he
do
took
it.
off.
And
that's
wonder what he's
sweet.
thinking now. Now the deal is confirmed.
What's it say?
Next time, my way.
Oh god. I'm not looking forward to that. What the hell?
Commander, is there something you'd like to tell me?
I had sex with him. But no, not quite as how you're thinking. Oh yes, let's go. Yes, what a great way to end this episode. What a great way to end this episode. Thank you.
Thanks.
The Narns are falling before us. Soon they will have all the trouble they could wish for. What else does one need? And if it makes your life a little easier in this difficult
Loving
time,
Londo's new look as well.
it is a happy coincidence.
His uniform.
Good to have friends, is it not, Mr. Garibaldi? Even if maybe only for a little while.
Even if only for a little while.
Gotta love these two. I'm so glad Garibaldi went for that drink. I really am. That's just a brilliant way to end the episode, really. That's actually the best possible way they could have ended the episode. No other way. Unless maybe Mr. Morden, secret little scene or something. Then he reveals what's going on, and then Jess Sinclair comes out, Kosh is standing over, and we get a whole monologue about what the hell is going on in this show. But, yeah, apart from that, that's in Babylon 5, Season 2, Episode 12, titled Acts of Sacrifice, referring to the sacrifice of the Narns, the military Narns for the civilians. And, yeah, really good episode, really feels good to be back. And, yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. And apparently, I'm watching this again. Alright, see you in the next one.